Hi everyone, Sarah Rose here. Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the manifesting process because it's perfect timing. I'm launching my Manifest a Life You Love Masterclass September 7th. So real quick, if you haven't registered for that, it is a free class and you can go to manifestalifeyoulove.com to register. But in that class, I'm going to discuss the 7-pillar formula to 10xing your manifesting abilities while eliminating blocks to your abundance. And so today I thought I'd go behind the scenes of the training a little bit and give you a sneak peek on one of the pillars, specifically one that I feel blocks a lot of people. And so this class is not a class on just the law of attraction, although obviously the law of attraction is an element to manifesting that is discussed. It's not all about the law of attraction. But for this purpose of this video, I just want to discuss one of the blocks that you might be hitting in the manifesting process, which is key to understand if you don't want to self-sabotage your manifesting efforts. Are you ready? This key element that you have to be able to cultivate in your day-to-day conscious awareness while you're manifesting is the detachment to the outcome. So you actually have to be willing to let go of the outcome of what it is you're trying to manifest. You really have to let go of the how something's going to come to you, when it's going to come to you, where it's going to come to you, and by whom, and all of the details. You really just have to focus on your why, and everything else you sort of have to let go of. I would call this more of an emotional surrender. So this is where faith comes in. This is a key aspect of the manifesting process, and I'll tell you why. When you're in a state of neediness or desperateness or in a state of really wanting something, that is a totally different vibration than a state of hopeful anticipation. And you can tell if you were in a state of neediness or desperateness or overly wanting something, that energy feels quite a bit different than being in a state of knowingness or a state of hopeful anticipation, knowing that it's coming to you any minute, it's on its way to you, it's going to come to you in perfect time and order. That releases a lot of tension and a lot of the resistance on what is standing in the way between you and your manifestation. So a lot of times people are standing in their own way and blocking their own manifestations. Have you ever wondered why, for example, sometimes when you're looking to be in a relationship, you'll meet somebody as soon as you stop looking? That's when the perfect person will appear, totally out of the blue, in a place and time you weren't expecting. But yet you could have been pounding the pavement looking for a relationship long before that and just crickets. But when you let go of that, then the right person is able to flow into your experience effortlessly. And so that's just one example of how you may have experienced this in your life. But they teach us in sales too, and there's a lot of these spiritual laws that I've noticed as a salesperson and an entrepreneur, that some of the exact same universal laws that will help you manifest are also adopted by some of the top sales coaches around the world. So detaching from the outcome is a huge sales tactic when you're sitting down face to face with a client or trying to close a deal. When you're not detached from the outcome and you're in that automatically puts you in a state of neediness or desperateness, and that shifts your vibration, it thwarts it, and it blocks your manifestation from coming to you. So it feels quite different if you sit down in front of a client to pitch your product or to sign a deal when you have no invested emotions in the outcome either way, versus if you sat down to close a deal or to sell a product or something and you were highly invested emotionally in having to need that deal and having to have it closed, and you're very emotionally invested. That's a totally different energy. And so this is just another worldly example, tangible example of how these universal principles are being taught, not just in the process of manifesting, but in the sales process. And so this is something to consider if you find the manifesting process frustrating, because frustration is a sign that you're trying to force something, or you need to know the outcome of something. So if you find it frustrating, then that's a key that you might need to take a step back and look and see what you can release from this process so that you can ease back into it because ease is the state you want to be in. When you're in a state of ease, or you're in a state of acceptance, or you're in a state of, like I said, hopeful anticipation, those are the kind of emotions or the kind of feelings and the kind of spaces you want to be in. That's when your vibe is going to be a lot higher, versus, like I said earlier, the neediness or the wantingness or the desperateness. That's going to lower your vibration. So that's just a quick little tip, and you can check in with yourself and ask if there's areas in your life that you're doing this currently. And if this information is interesting to you and you want to dive a little bit deeper, then I invite you to join me on the Masterclass. It's called Manifest a Life You Love Masterclass, and that is live on September 7th, and I'll also be doing live Q&A during that time as well, so you can bring all your manifesting questions. I hope this video finds you well, and I'll see you again real soon. Namaste.